Welcome back to the bench and the bleachers. As always, I'm your host, Keenan Chagaskis, joined by my co-host, Alex Tanaka. Not a super busy week for baseball, but I think there were some notable stories this week, at least compared to other weeks other than the trade deadline. Most importantly, another Shohei Ohtani scandal, although this one seems a little more ridiculous than the last one. Him and his agent have been accused of sabotaging a $240 million property deal in Hawaii. This sounds like something out of a comic book movie.
Yeah, it's more his agent. It's his agent
Yes.
acting on his behalf. It's not like Shohei Ohtani does not have the time to do this. No one has the
No.
time to do this on top of playing professional sports to sabotage a real estate deal where really no details have been provided about this. You can look around at every headline and every article is the exact same thing. It's just, oh, people are saying, and this is Kevin J. Hayes Sr. and a real estate broker named Tomoko Matsumoto have said that Otani and his agent deliberately had them removed from the project for no other reason than their financial self-interest. That's what happened. They're
Yeah.
saying it's two people saying that Shohei Ohtani and his agent, who's Nez Balelo, saying that him and Balelo, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Balelo, whatever. This guy needs
Mhm.
to get fired anyways. They're saying that they got them removed from this development project on the Big Island for their own financial interest, which doesn't sound bad to me at all. They're not sabotaging a project. They're
No.
sabotaging two guys who were on a project. And I've done that at school. I've sabotaged things all the time.
Yeah.
Do we even know if he did this? We don't know he did this. They could just be
We aren't going to know.
saying,
This is the beginning of it, though, too,
no,
right?
I think it's the end.
Okay.
I don't
But,
think
like,
this is the
a
beginning of the
lawsuit
end.
has been filed, so there will be more actual, credible information coming forward.
It's it's America. There's always a
Oh, no,
lawsuit.
I'm on your side. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
this,
Well,
unfortunately, isn't the end, especially with it being Shohei Ohtani.
it should
Like,
be
this
the
is
end.
the
It should
biggest
be the end.
face in sports
This
right
is,
now.
this is a bit ridiculous. Hopefully he countersues or maybe he just settles
Yeah.
against these guys. But it's just a bit ridiculous. Like I think that they saw that Otani was attached to the project. Probably saw that he was being looked at for gambling stuff earlier in these, or like it's almost a year ago now. Might be more than a year ago. I don't know.
I
Time is
think it was before the season started last year, because it was before he played a game for the Dodgers.
no, I don't know.
I'm
Time is weird.
pretty sure.
Whatever,
Maybe spring
whatever.
training.
They know that if you say Otani's connected to something bad, people will inherently react, and that's okay. That's the kind of the American way of doing business is just drum as much controversy as possible. Whenever you lose, is blame everybody else, sue all of your business partners, and hope to recoup some of your losses. That's just the way they do business down south. We do things differently up here, but more power to them if they can get paid. But I don't think they will. I just
Yeah.
I don't think Otani has the time for this.
Oh, I 100% agree. He's playing baseball every day. The only sketchy thing about this is it is the second time Ohtani's
No,
name
no,
has
no,
been
no. But
dropped in the United
okay,
States.
you can
That's the
spread
only
it.
thing. It makes you question it for a moment. I don't think this is
I
going to
don't
go
think it
anywhere.
does. I don't think it does because the first one was proven to be wrong.
Yes, but let's take the mind of the average Twitter doom scroller.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the
You got
average
it.
IQ of those morons. I
They,
actually I got into a Twitter argument the other day. Someone was telling me we were talking about it was like a debate about batting average, and I was like, yeah, Luis Arias kind of sucks, and the I'm going to put a pin in that. Move on to Salvador Perez. Some asshole on Twitter was like, "I'd rather have Salvador Perez's career than Mike Trout. I think Perez is a
oh,
catcher.
I
He's a
saw
leader."
that. That was a big argument.
Ridiculous. It's just boomer fucking anti-analytics porn. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, Salvador Perez is not half the player Mike Trout is and
No.
was. Like, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Like, it's no. And people are like, oh, Salvador Perez isn't even really that good at catching. He just has gold gloves, and those gold gloves mean fuck all. Because I see him play defense. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's good at blocking. He can throw runners out. Can't frame for shit, which people. I, this has been the biggest pivot by Boomer baseball Twitter has been framing because now all these boomers want ABS and because framing is this new advanced stat and they think it's all woke. So like, oh, we can't wait for robo umps. Whereas 10 years ago, all these old people were like, no, we need to keep the purity of the game. we like batting average. OPS is stupid. So now they've kind of shoehorned themselves into where they want robot umpires, which is objectively stupid and wrong. Whatever. If people want robot umpires, nothing against you personally, but your opinion's bad. But I don't understand this attempt to keep things clearly from moving forward. Baseball, analytics have been moving forward for a long time. It's just people holding on to the past and lumping themselves into stupid positions and arguments by saying things like Salvador Perez had a better career than Mike Trout. He's a winner. He's a catcher. He's a better defender. Mike Trout played center field, one of the hardest positions to play outside of catcher, and was actually really good at it. And was one of the best hitters in the league, like a year after he came up. Salvador Perez is even better than JT Realmuto. I don't care.
The only thing Perez has going for him is the ring. That's it.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, you put Trout on that team, they win as well. You
Oh,
put Perez with the
100%.
Angels, they're even worse. Like, stupid comparison. Baseball's a team sport.
It
It's
is a
not
team
like
sport.
basketball where if you have the best player, you're guaranteed to just kind of get to the conference finals.
Yeah. Basketball, you get three guys and you're elite.
Yeah, it's just, but again, it's boomers on Twitter, and then back to the Arias thing to unpin that. People were saying, "Oh, is Luis Arias a sneaky Hall of Famer if he gets to 3,000 hits?" The fucker won't get to 2,000 hits. He
No.
shouldn't be. I seriously think he has less than 3 to 5 years left in Major League Baseball as a starter. Like he is one of the worst base runners in the league. He's a first baseman and a second baseman. He's bad at doing both, and he's a kind of okay hitter. Like he hits for average a lot, but he's not like an average walks guy. He's a no walks guy. Like it's brutal to watch. And like I saw someone say, 25% of the time you'd rather have Arias up there than Ohtani. And I'm trying to get into, I don't know. Here was his thinking.
No way.
No. Here was his thinking. He's like, well, you want one of four things when you're at the plate. You want a single, a double, a triple, or a home run. So it's 20.
Ohtani gives you the three better ones.
He's like, yeah, so you want Arias, more than you want Ohtani. And I was like, I don't think that's how like math works, probability works, the law of averages
Anything.
works. I don't think that's how
Yeah.
any of the math works. So I didn't want to touch that one even. I have enough brain rot as it is on Twitter. But I just don't like this attempt to just keep analytics back and keep really it's just people who don't want to have to think critically. That's
Yeah.
the problem with most of society is people who think, and everybody who's ever had a job or talked to a human being can experience this. We've always done things this way. We did things like that yesterday. So why the fuck should we do this new idea that's better? I don't care if it's better. I do it this way. Stupidest thing ever. But
I get
people seriously go through the world like that, and it's honestly shocking how some people are allowed out of their house.
I got one more thing about Arias before we move on to other things.
What do you think about Luis Arias?
He's a one-tool player. It's just the singles. He doesn't steal, doesn't walk, doesn't play good defense, doesn't have power. You don't get into the Hall of Fame as a one-tool player.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't
It's
think.
as simple as that. There aren't any other stats.
Would you want
that
him on the
make
Braves,
good
Keenan?
player.
Would you want him? I don't want him on the Jays.
I wouldn't want him on the Braves.
I don't think he's a winner. I just don't like him. One, because I don't like what he represents. It's not his fault, but I really don't like what Luis Arias represents, which is just
He's a poor man's Tony Gwynn.
No, he's not. He's a fucking dead hobo's Tony Gwynn. Like
Same thing.
Tony Gwynn could run and play defense.
Exactly. And Arias does one thing.
If Tony Gwynn had no knees, and was less of a hitter. Like the issue is with people who talk about him being a batting champion. Yeah, whatever, it's a cool trophy. But if you look at the slash lines of batting champions from the 90s, 80s, even the 2000s, they were way better if you look at like their triple slash than compared to the guys winning batting titles now, where it's literally just 35% of the time, actually not even 30, like 31% of the time, these guys are just flipping a ball out over the shortstop's head, and boomers on Twitter coming in their pants. So I'm so fed up with it. I'm going to keep talking about Luis Arias. I'm going to keep talking about batting average, and I'm going to keep talking about how old people hate Mike Trout. I'm going to keep doing it because it just makes me feel good. Like I kind of need. I'm sorry for hijacking the first 10 minutes of the show, but I just needed to
Taking it
feel good.
right off the rails.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have no defense for that. I did do that. Very sorry.
we're gonna get back on track here. Bigger story that you probably have a lot to say about as well. The Poland's decided that they are not
God,
selling the
are
Minnesota
these people
Twins anymore,
stupid?
deciding that they can bring forward a competitive team and be great owners of the future. That's believable, except for the fact that you look at it and see that they're over $400 million in debt.
They just cut payroll by 75%. They just
They
slashed
shed
payroll.
payroll to get out of debt
Yeah,
and to sell the team more easily because it would there wouldn't be much for them to take on any new owner. They had a plan where you look at as a baseball fan, you go, yeah, it sucks, but I understand. And now you look at it and go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
that's the simplest way to put it, Keenan, is they had a fire sale at the deadline to save money so they can get themselves out of debt.
Yeah.
It'll make selling this team a lot easier. Um, and now they're saying they can field a competitive team after trading away 75% of their roster, or sorry, 75% of their money. That's not how baseball
You
works.
can't pay anyone.
You can't afford to. You're so deep in
You
the
can't
hole.
afford.
You have
And
no money.
you're not turning this system around in 1 year where you're making a surplus of money because you're so competitive in 2026. You shed everything
If
everywhere.
Twins make the playoffs in 2026, I'll jump off the Alex Fraser bridge. There's no way they can do that. They will not be a competitive team. And they know that. That's why they've been trying to sell this team. It's so frustrating. Because every action they've taken for about the past 3 months has been to make selling this team a lot easier. And
Even
now
going
they're
into
pivoting.
last year.
I don't,
Like they
yeah,
shed payroll going
that's
into
kind of
last
true,
year
actually. Yeah, they didn't add
right
a
after
whole
making
lot.
the playoffs. Looking back at it, that's the move that you make when you're over $400 million in debt and want to sell your assets, not become competitive.
No, I don't. I still don't think they want to be competitive. I think they just have
Who
to.
has blackmail on these people and is forcing them to keep the team?
Maybe this is how Rob Manfred's punishing them is by for it's like some sick humiliation ritual they
You
have.
tried to get out of this, now you have to keep it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to buy the Twins though. There's no assets there. There's no
No.
future. You're in Minnesota. That fucking state sucks.
The problem is the rest of the organization is fine. They're great at developing players.
Yeah, they just
Like there's just no money.
they just don't have money to pay these guys. They just don't have the
They
money.
don't.
So I'm shocked they aren't selling off at least more of a stake they can keep control of. But they should. You got to
I
take a
think
long, hard look in the mirror here.
I
And
think there will be one. I think look, the debt's not going away for a long time. They're going to come back on their words when the money is still when they're still losing money come next year and they realize they made a mistake. Because you can't bring in top end talent. You can't even pay your guys on rookie contracts what they deserve. So you're going to need to find a way to create some money somehow. They are going to, at least a part of the Twins are going to be sold within the next two
yeah, but
years.
Keenan, if baseball had a salary cap, the Twins could be able to nickel and dime their way to success, like all those
They
athletes.
wouldn't even be able to do that though.
Oh,
That's the
they would,
thing.
Keenan, because nobody else would be paying anybody else any money. God, I fucking hate this.
Sure, nobody else is spending money, but they're still losing money.
That's true, but they can spend less money now. So this is why baseball needs no cap floor. It just lets these morons, but punish them. See, there should be sanctions against the Minnesota Twins for this malpractice. They should
I
be
was
getting
gonna say, yeah,
fined.
sure, 100%. I was just gonna say, I know you're against the floor, but if they had a floor, the Twins are sold like right away. If they're forced to spend any
No,
kind of,
we don't know that.
if they're forced to increase payroll,
By
they have
taking
no
on more
money.
debt?
That's so stupid. There's no way that that's stupid. There is no way
Oh,
that
Keenan,
that ends up
Keenan,
being.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. There's a way that they are that stupid. We're dealing with deeply stupid people.
I know. I just don't want to believe that.
I don't care what you want to believe, but sports owners, like, I think if you were looking at the gap in like industry knowledge, there may be no bigger like knowledge gap than that in professional sport ownership. Some owners are really, really smart. Some owners are really, really stupid, but yet they all have billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And whoever like this family that owns the Twins, I hope a city bus drives into you for what you're putting these people in Minnesota through. I hope you live and you come to after having a vision
Yeah.
from the
Uh,
ghost of Harmon Killebrew who says you are disgracing this franchise. You are dicking around. You are dilly-dallying. You need to go out, say, I'm sorry, we've made a mistake, sell the team, and get yourselves out of debt and get your life together. And maybe one day become respected members of your community.
Yes.
That's as nicely as I can say it. I didn't need the
Yes.
city bus part in there, but I wanted to say it.
All right. Moving on. Shane McClanahan, his season is done. He's had another surgery.
Shocker. Shane McClanahan's
Shocker.
not pitching again. Oh.
That's not the end. That's not the end.
Oh. Shane
That is
McClanahan's
not the
not
end of
pitching this
this
year. Oh,
crazy
no fucking
story.
way. Oh,
That
Jesus.
is that is not the end of this because surprisingly, Wander Franco has played a game for the Tampa Bay Rays more recently than Shane McClanahan.
Is that counting when Wander Franco played in the minors?
Oh,
You like that? That's a good one. Minor joke.
it was a good one.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was a good
I thought
one.
that was a good one. I had that one in the chamber ready.
That was
Yeah,
good.
Shane
Yeah,
McClanahan, great pitcher. Everybody's Cy Young dark horse.
was a
is
great
healthy.
pitcher.
Yeah, we don't know if he still is, to be honest. I mean, the last time Shane McClanahan pitched, Joe Biden was going to run for president. Okay, he was still going to run for. No, seriously,
I know, I know.
he was the president, and he was going to run for president. That's how long ago it's been. What else was what else? The Jays were
2023.
yeah, like Shapiro and Atkins were on the outs with the Jays. A lot's changed in the world.
The A's were in Oakland.
The A's were in Oakland. True. Luis Severino didn't have a hatred for Sacramento yet. The Mets were still just a team that everybody liked to shit on. Actually, they still are, but
They still are. They still are.
the thing is, how many more innings do you think Shane McClanahan throws in his Major League Baseball career? Over or under at 101?
I'll take the over because I think he's going to pitch to try and get himself another contract somewhere. I think that's it, and that's going to
Okay.
take him at least 100 innings.
Hey, if he makes 25 inning starts, he still won't hit that. And we all know the Rays love their 5 inning starters.
They love their 5 inning starts. It's just so unfortunate because he was so talented.
He still is talented.
He is still. We'll see
hasn't
if the
gone
talent
away.
is still there after a 2 year.
Talent never goes away. I'm a firm believer in that. Just the
Yeah, but
body
the
age.
injuries, those also don't go away from McClanahan.
That's okay. He's so negative.
It's just the truth. That one's just.
Yeah, that's. I maybe need to accept that, but
Yeah.
he's just a fun lefty to watch pitch. Okay, sue me.
He is, and will be again one day, hopefully. But over in Pittsburgh, their top prospect, also a pitcher, Bubba Chandler, is becoming growingly frustrated that he is not in the MLB, saying he's been ready since last year and probably should have gotten the call months ago. We agree with you, Bubba. Bubba.
Yeah. Didn't we say he could be the NL Rookie of the Year dark horse? If he,
If he, I think we said if he's in the MLB, he's got a chance at the Rookie of the Year.
I don't really know what they're saving him for. I can't
It's just
really.
service time manipulation.
I can't really wrap my head around it, to be honest.
It's because their owner's a cheapskate and this is service time
Yes,
manipulation.
and say his name, Bob Nutting. Say his name,
Bob Nutting.
Bob Nutting.
Another owner who needs to sell his
I
team.
hope the same city bus that finds the Pohlands will find you.
Makes its way to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
It'll be a long haul, but you look like a man who deserves to be hit by a city bus.
The longer you wait, Bob, the less time you get as having one of the best 1-2 punches in the MLB. Because Skeens is amazing. We
Arguably
already
one of the
know
best
that.
1-2-3 punches if Jared Jones is healthy.
Yeah, if Jared Jones is healthy, and then you still have Mitch Keller as a force somehow.
Was Mitch Keller not traded? I'm thinking of Merrill Kelly. That's my
No,
bad.
he was
No,
not traded.
I'm
He's
sorry.
still a Pirate.
They're both, but they're both MK. I'm sorry. It's like MK in my head.
Yeah. You could have one of the greatest rotations in the MLB.
None of that.
You could win games 1-0 at that point. You don't need an offense when that's your rotation.
Don't say that.
Okay, you do need it.
Don't
in
say
offense.
that
I take it back.
because Pittsburgh Pirates couldn't hit Rihanna if they were Chris Brown. They cannot hit anything.
I was going to go a little more PG with that, but yeah, you are correct.
You mean what?
I was just going to say they couldn't hit a ball if it was on a tee.
They couldn't hit the ground if they jumped out of a plane. Okay.
Like-
Sorry for the Chris Brown Rihanna thing. That was bad taste.
You're on a roll today, hey?
What did she say to him? Do you think? I'm just asking. What do we think? Have you seen Chris Brown's like concerts? Though it's so fucking weird. He charges like $500 for these like all access backstage, and you can take a photo. The most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That man is disgusting. Like, for some reason we've decided as a society Chris Brown is back, and
That was like decided right away. Did he
he
face
takes these
anything?
freaked out ass photos with these women backstage. It's very disgusting. I would encourage anybody on Twitter to Google it, and your opinion of Chris Brown, if it's possible, will get even lower. I
Yeah.
don't know what we've talked about Chris Brown way too much on this show today.
This has gotten very,
I'm sorry, I've hijacked the
very
conversation with
sidetracked.
my own niche interest again. I'm sorry.
Look, we'll get this together. The Chicago Cubs are calling up their top prospect, good Canadian boy Owen Casey, should be making his MLB debut tomorrow in Toronto.
Good for the
Good for
kid.
him.
Yeah,
Good
good.
for the kid.
Canadian in Canada. I wonder when the last time that happened is where Canadian debuted in Toronto.
Are we counting Vladdy? Because technically he's
No, he's
Canadian.
not
Okay.
Canadian, dude. We don't claim him. Like,
You wouldn't be excited if he put
no,
on a World of Canada jersey?
I'd be very excited, but I don't like the people like he's Dominican. Like he lived his
Yeah.
life there. Like,
Yes.
you know, it's like, do I want the Kachucks? Not really.
No.
Like, I don't really want, it's like you were born here, but you're not like, it's like you weren't raised up as part of the culture. It's like you were born in, it just I would love it if he ended up playing for Canada one day. I think that'd be a cool thing, but it's not like he like lived his entire life in Montreal and then went to play for the DR. Like, it's a bit different.
Yes, 100% that's true.
So,
Otherwise, I don't know actually.
can't think of one.
No. But we got Owen Casey, and that's a pretty cool stat.
And he's going to be in a really good clubhouse in a really good situation where he has protection up and down the lineup.
Yes. He is in if the offense gets going. They've
Oh,
been slumping hard.
oh,
Pete,
yeah,
Pete
that's a great
Armstrong's in like a
cancel.
3 for 41 slump. Just took his own name out of the MVP ballot there.
Yeah, hey, it might not have mattered because Schwarber might be running away with it if you believe.
No. No. We're not even you don't even believe that, so we're not even going to get into
Oh,
that
come on!
conversation.
Was it 0 to 10 rage?
I know you don't believe
0 to 10 rage bait? Keenan hates fun. Boo. Keenan hates fun.
Okay, sell it to me.
No, I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't sell it. I'd love to. I can't sell.
Oh, actually, I saw. Speaking of Schwarber, I saw this today. The Cincinnati Reds, or someone in Cincinnati, gave him the key to the city because the Reds are going to try and go all in for him this offseason. And instead of giving him money, they're giving him a key to
That
the city
sounds
because he's
fake.
from Ohio.
That sounds fake.
That's also a Reds way to try and get someone to Ohio instead of
The Reds have
paying
no
them
money.
to be like, look, I'll take you out for dinner, and then you come play for us. I was like, no,
Yeah.
sign me to
I'm gonna have our
$200
skyline
million
chili. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. No,
Uh,
shot. He leaves Philly. He just feels
No,
perfect.
not a chance. This is where like this guy's hit like 40 home runs every year been wearing a Phillies jersey.
Yeah, the best leadoff hitter.
Like,
in baseball.
he's the perfect fit for the Philadelphia Phillies and the way their offense is right
Yeah, he's
now.
a big, loud asshole. He's perfect for the city.
He's not even an asshole, too. He's you hate that you think he's an asshole?
He seems like the type.
He just hits baseballs. That's it. That's
True. I mean,
That's all.
I also really do not like Clayton Kershaw. I think Clayton Kershaw sucks. I think he's a prick.
Okay. That one also a little out of left
Just
field.
want to get that on the record. If we're talking about athletes who I hate, I could do a huge list of this if you want, of just athletes who I don't like.
How long's the list?
We could be here for a while. We could be here for.
Okay, we'll hold it. We'll hold it.
We can save that for the off season.
Yeah, if the content's running dry,
It's just me saying names like D. Gordon, Miguel Andujar, Dalton Pompey, Brett Laurie. Wasn't a big Brett. Yeah, really don't like Brett Laurie.
Yeah.
Brad Hand. Really hate Brad Hand.
Okay, that's an odd one.
The guy fucking sucked with the Jays. I
Yeah,
don't like
that's-
Tyler
that's-
Clippard and his stupid glasses. Brad Ziegler looked like a jackass when he pitched. I'm gonna stop now.
Okay.
Rashad Perryman was a bust for the Ravens. I really hated him.
Yeah, let me do my job here and keep the show
Okay,
together
keep the shot.
because
Who's the athletes that you hate, Keenan? Share with the class.
Brandon Nimmo,
Oh,
like
that's a good one.
that's a good one. He's very, as a Braves fan, he's very, very
Very
unlikable.
plucky.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't hate Harper anymore, but I used to hate Harper. He's calmed
I've
down.
grown on Harper.
I've also grown on Harper, but he used to be a hothead back when he was a National.
He's matured a bit. He's
Surprisingly,
genuine.
going to Philly mellowed him out.
Yeah, that's shock. Well, it's because he's surrounded by other people like him, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of suck."
He also
He's like,
spent like 3 years there when the team was awful, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm fine with this."
Yeah.
Instead of being the old angry Bryce Harper,
He's become comfortably numb.
he has.
He's become comfortably numb. Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo, I hated him when he was a 49er.
Really?
Just because I'm a Seahawks fan,
Oh, true.
so it was just an easy to hate guy.
Fair enough. Did you hate Colin Kaepernick?
Not really. I was too young to really care about it back then.
You don't even care. You don't care about Colin Kaepernick's mission and his message.
Okay, I might have
Oh,
worked myself
Keenan,
into a
no,
corner here.
that's disgusting. You guys are here. Keenan doesn't care about trying to solve racism. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed.
Sir, how many people have you said should get hit by a bus?
Many, but I'm not a racist.
It's not racist. It's just wishing
By the
for
way,
something.
I said that the Poland family and Bob Nutting deserve to live.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You just want them to feel pain.
They didn't need to feel pain. Like these people just need to experience hardship.
Yeah, instead of living their billionaire
In their
lifestyle.
ivory mansions, being able to afford a combo from a fast food. I'm sorry, I'm done now. I'm gonna stop. I'm going
Okay.
off the rails here.
Back to the Chicago Cubs. Their starting pitcher pitched today. He pitched 5 2/3, one earned run allowed after he left the game. Anyways, 29 innings pitched, scoreless streak this year that was broken today. That's the longest in the MLB this year.
Do we maybe want to say his name's Cade Horton?
I said that right away.
I thought you said his starting pitcher did. Oh, maybe I wasn't listening. No, play that back. There's no way that I'm wrong about that. You did not say Cade Horton. Whatever.
Cade Horton,
Yeah.
Cubs starting pitcher, also a rookie. So that's impressive.
The pitching has been the surprising thing about the Cubs this year.
It feels like they need more starting pitching,
They're not
but
gonna
then
get it.
guys
They're
are
not
still
gonna.
okay.
They haven't been as
Imanaga is
bad as
good.
I thought they'd be.
No,
I
thought this
thought the
would
wheels
be-
were going to fall off. I said on our prediction show, I thought by August the wheels were going to be completely off and they would be
Yeah.
horrible.
The thing is, the wheels haven't fallen off. The Milwaukee Brewers have turned into God.
They've won
Like
12
27
straight.
and 4.
They've won 12
They're on a 27 and 4 stretch of baseball.
straight.
That is unheard of.
How are they like? They still are going to lose in the DS.
Power of friendship.
They still might lose in the DS, honestly.
At least it's not the first round because if
True.
things ended right now, they'd get the bye.
True. They're
That's progress.
still
That is
think that they'll get rolled by the Mets if they play them.
The Mets got to make the playoffs, man.
Mets in 5, baby. Mets in 5.
Mets have to. I think they've only got a game on the Reds right now.
The Reds have been surging, and
They have been surging, and the Mets are metting.
yeah, I just like the Mets. I believe in the Mets.
Yeah, there's a
Honestly,
game between them right now.
I think there is a world where the Reds and Mets make the playoffs and the Cubs don't.
Yeah, I could see that, but then
Do you-
the Cubs have. The thing is, I feel like this is the lowest for the Cubs, just the way the offense is playing
I
right
can
now.
see them just completely bottoming out, though.
See, I think this is bottom for them because the offense,
Okay.
everyone is slumping right now.
So you think that they have
So
bottomed out?
I think they bottomed out. I don't see how it gets any worse because
I can
Pete
see the pitching
Armstrong's
falling off a cliff.
slumping.
I could see the pitching falling off a complete cliff.
What part of it, like the bullpen?
Bullpen.
Okay, because I was gonna say the rotation is
Fine
just
as is, but I can see the
steady.
bullpen exploding because of the workload.
I think the bullpen will be fine. I don't think it'll be good. I think it'll be fine and serviceable for a month and a half. They can, and then they'll have to deal with that problem in the off season.
But
But
we
I
tried to
think
this year. Didn't they bring in a bunch of guys?
they brought in Ryan Presley and they've released him by now. But we both said he wasn't a good closer.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I know the Mets have kind of been shitting the bed lately, but I believe in the Mets. I don't know what it is.
I know you've got your thing for the Mets ever since they rolled out Grimace.
Yeah,
That was really the moment, wasn't it?
it I think it was the moment actually. Well, no, it was that plus Jose Iglesias giving out on-field concerts after the game, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah, that
I've
was.
never seen anything. And they were fucking on teams. They were beating them 8-2. Iglesias was on like a Linsanity run.
This is like getting. It's like playing Fortnite or any video game, dying, and then they come out and dance on your body. That's what the Mets were doing in real life.
Oh yeah,
They were beating the
surging
crap out
past
of
the
you
Braves in the standings. It was incredible.
and then singing.
Yeah, no. They would have like some Grimace promotion, they had a purple seat. All the
Yeah,
talk pregame was about Grimace, and then Jose Iglesias, journeyman shortstop, never a good hitter, would hit 2 homers, and they'd be fucking emoting on you all night. And they do the same shit the next day with Timmy Trumpet playing music for DA. I love the Mets.
the Mets. Looking back, the Met 2024 Mets were just brain rot.
They were, and that's why I love them. The amount of times I
It's
talked
just
about
straight up
Grimace
brain rot.
and the things that the Mets needed to do to win, bit ashamed of. Can't even lie.
Yeah,
I do feel some shame.
we got we got two more stories here before we get into the pitching matchup. One being the Los Angeles Dodgers losing the first 5 games to their cross-state rival Los Angeles
Cross-town
Angels.
rival, really. Well,
Well, they're in
yeah,
Anaheim. Let's be
fair enough.
honest.
Cross county?
Cross county. We'll say cross county.
Yeah.
In the Freeway Series, they lost the first 5 games of the year. Back-to-back losses 2 nights ago and last night. Getting walked off on last night. Shohei Ohtani hitting into a triple play.
Yeah. They
That
should
was
have been
pretty
tonight,
funny.
though. They're winning in the top of the eighth as we squeak.
It is a one-run game though, so
The
it
Angels
was
are
a
going to get it.
one-run game last night, and they lost that.
Yeah, we'll see. But
It's not
they're
over until it's over.
they
But
they are in jeopardy of losing.
if they lose tonight, they are out of first place in their division. There's still time left, but that's still. They
Certain,
like a couple weeks ago they had a 9-game lead on the Padres.
yeah, it is a serious place of concern because the Padres played you the toughest last year, and they're on I think a 5 or 6 game heater right now. I can't remember.
They've
But
won every series since the trade deadline.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, do you want a team who had probably the best deadline now gaining a position over you in the standings? Because do you think you're going to finish up better than them? Like, I don't know. So, every game should matter for the Dodgers now until the end of the season.
100%. It's going to be a great next week of baseball for the two teams because they play each other 6 times.
Yeah, and that could
You got
destroy the division.
2 weekend series against each other
That
within
that
a
could
week.
that could legitimately.
And that's the end. That's
If
it. That's
someone
those are the
wins
last times they
five,
play each
if
other.
someone can win 5 of those games, you're probably not going to lose the division if you win 5 of those.
Whoever walks away with the tiebreaker probably wins the division.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
feel
way
pretty comfortable saying that.
the way the Padres are playing and the Dodgers lineup and team that they have,
Yeah.
they will turn it around.
But
Somebody
think about
will
the
step
momentum
up.
that you're going to have after if you can sweep them. Think about your
Yeah.
momentum after that, right? Like I don't
If the
know.
Padres sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers, even the first series, the first of their 2 meetings,
Yeah,
it's so much momentum. You get a 3, maybe 4 game lead, depending on how tonight goes. You're just rolling at that point.
fuck, true. Yeah, I don't know. I like your theory on whoever walks away with the tiebreaker is going to win the division. I like that.
It makes sense to me.
No,
Because
that's
you get that extra game. You technically get that extra game in hand
yeah.
because they have to
Get
one up
the
you.
tiebreaker. Yep. I really like that. I really like that. No, I
Yeah.
like that.
But it's the time of the show where we talk about the Blue Jays because
Blue Jays State of the
they're a
Union.
fun team to talk about.
They're very
Blue
fun.
Jays State of the Union, first American League team to 70 wins, and they did it last night against the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, they did lose today, however, tough loss today. But
Yeah,
they're doing
that
this
was
with help on the way. Help is on the way. Shane Bieber, I believe today's Wednesday. He's rehabbing tomorrow. He has a start. Manoa had a terrible start.
Springer's rehabbing tomorrow as well.
Who? Oh yeah, Springer's back off the concussion protocol. Trey
He starts his
Savage.
rehab tomorrow in Buffalo.
Trey Savage is now in Buffalo as well. So
Yes.
there's a lot going on right now in Blue Jay land. The biggest question is what do you do with the rotation? Pretty simple. You have 6. If Shane Bieber's healthy, you have 6 major league quality starting pitchers.
Hmm.
That's just the way this is going to shake out. My idea, and this is kind of a little bit crazy, okay? So everybody's going to have to bear with me here. Your rotation is Shane Bieber's your ace, followed by the trio of, pretty much the Blue Jays stallions, Brios, Gosman, and Bassett, and then Eric Lauer's in there as well. Because Lauer, you cannot put Lauer to the bullpen. He's been too good as
No.
a starting pitcher. He has been your best starting pitcher. All right, you are going to flex Max Scherzer to the bullpen, and he is now your closer. You're
I
gonna.
was gonna say
I'm
you
not.
could also go you could also go vintage and start your Savage in the bullpen.
I'd love to see Savage in the bullpen too.
And then you don't shake up the rotation because you're the problem is
Oh, no, no,
you
no, no.
could
You're.
you
I
could
think.
mess up one of the guys who's been a career starter going to
Okay,
the bullpen.
you aren't understanding the dilemma here. You
Yep.
Savage. Do you mean Bieber when you say you Savage?
No, I mean you Savage.
Yeah, but the
Like
issue is if Bieber
you
comes back, you still have Bieber, Barrios, Gosman, Bassett, Lauer, and Scherzer, which is six major league starting pitchers.
okay, sorry, I'm jumping the gun there.
I think we're jumping the gun a bit, but I love that you're
I
thinking about
think
the
I'm
Blue
jumping the
Jays.
gun there.
Love your thinking about the Blue Jays. My idea is you kick the psycho to the bullpen in Max Scherzer. I feel like he'd be terrifying as a closer. Like, can you imagine
Yes.
him knowing I only need to get 3 outs? Terrifying because
He'd
Hoffman
throw 110.
he might throw 110, and then Hoffman can be like a high leverage guy. But honestly, I'd prefer Yariel Rodriguez as the closer because Yariel has had a great season. He closed in Japan. Uh, Hoffman, a lot of blown saves. Like I kind of get. I know last year. Do you remember I was defending Clay Holmes a lot? And I was like, okay, look, the numbers are
Yeah.
okay outside of the blown saves. I'm kind of fucking pissed off with all the blown saves. I've kind of had it up to here with Hoffman. I'm
He
kind of
walked.
Yankee fans. I get it. This is really frustrating for me. This is really
There's
frustrating. Like it's
the
pissing me the
game
fuck off.
that the Blue Jays beat the Dodgers. He walked 5 batters and got
In a
one
row,
out.
I think. Got the fucking win.
He
I hate
walked.
it.
I don't even know if it was in a row. That's still wild from a reliever who only got one out.
Yeah. No,
That was a long leash.
they do have him on a long leash. I will say, which is why I think you just say, hey, look, Jeff, we need to win this year. So Yariel and Max are going to handle the ninth and the eighth. You may handle some of the eighth, but you're not going to be our go-to guy anymore because we just can't keep doing this shit.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing I like about Scherzer going to the bullpen. This could be literally October. First game of the playoffs, you go Scherzer, close the game, and he'd probably get an immaculate inning.
Probably, yeah.
Like,
I,
that's the one guy I would not worry about flexing him to the pen.
well, and
From
my
the
other
people who have
idea,
spent a career as a starting pitcher, I would not be worried with him going to the bullpen.
and my other idea was, and this is dependent on Bieber's health, because if Bieber can't throw more than 4 or 5 innings, quality innings in the playoffs, is just convert them into one super starting pitcher. So Bieber and Scherzer
Yeah.
are combined. They're like that's game one. Is Bieber and Scherzer together? It's like when the Power Rangers like become Voltron,
Hmm.
right? They become one super pitcher. So you're gonna merge Bieber and Scherzer, your two best guys, and say, look, when those guys are pitching for us in game one, we're not gonna lose. That's my idea. But there are plenty of other things to do. I mean, I maybe even Bassett, but Bassett's not typically the kind of guy you'd want in the bullpen. But he's probably been the worst of the guy. I don't
He
know.
just can't pitch on the road.
He's kind of had a
That's
shitty
his thing.
time of it at home too. Let's be honest. He's had a
He's
bad
been
back half of the
better
season.
at home. Like, his road numbers are bad.
Yeah, and he's been kind of just okay this year. And his numbers have been pretty comparable to Scherzer's, but I trust Scherzer in a big moment more than I trust Chris Bassett.
Yeah.
But to
There's
me,
a reason Scherzer's a future Hall of Famer. Like,
yeah, no, and he's only 4 years older than Bassett. Kind of weird, right? But
okay.
like your game one guy is Shane Bieber. Game two is probably Scherzer. Game three, I feel like I'd probably want Barrios more than Gosman. I don't know. I feel like Barrios is a riser, but I think ideally you flex Scherzer to the pen and then you go Bieber, Barrios, Gosman. And I know it sucks.
Mhm.
I know that Eric Lauer isn't one of those guys. I'm not pitch like he can pitch, but I'm not pitching him over those guys.
Yeah. 100%.
Maybe you put Lauer and Bieber together. Maybe that's how you want to
This
start.
is a great problem to have for the
Very good
Toronto
problem
Blue
to have.
Jays. There are
Very good
too
problem.
many teams who come into this stretch injured, scrambling for pitchers at the last minute, going
Yeah.
into October. The Toronto Blue Jays have a six-man rotation excluding Trey Savage. That is an
Yeah.
amazing problem to have heading into
Yeah.
October because you don't have to. Let's say Bassett starts a game in the first round and gets lit up. You do not have to go, well, we have to put him out there because we have no one else.
Oh,
They have three other guys who can slot into that four-man postseason rotation. They
100%.
you obviously you don't want to lose any games in the playoffs. But the Blue Jays have room for error right now because they can mess with things. They have the players to mess around with.
Yeah. And Guerrero's coming on now. And now
Yes,
we're
he
seeing
is heating up.
we're
That
really seeing him kind of, and he got hot last year in the second half too.
That was yeah, 100%. And the thing is, it wasn't even a bad first half. It's just a bad first half for a guy getting paid $500 million.
Yeah, he'll still finish the year with
You
like
want the
five.
home runs, you want the RBIs because those are the numbers that jump out. But
Yeah,
he's already a great hitter, getting lots of base hits, lots of doubles, getting himself across the plate a lot. But the power is heating up as the dog days of summer are dredging on. He'll be ready for October baseball again.
and Bo Bichette's kept hitting. Ernie Clement's doing it with the bat now. We know how weak the defense is. Barger's still hot. You get Springer back. You see what Santander can be. Ty France has been ripping it up while he's been with the Jays. So I think the Blue Jays should feel very comfortable. However, their schedule is pretty much hell until the playoffs, and it doesn't get any easier
It
then.
is.
So it's going
It's
to
a
be
good
a
warm up
complete
though. It is
grind.
a great warm up.
Oh, it's going to be a complete grind for them to the finish line, but I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, I also feel confident. But we are going to move into the pitching matchups. Last week, I finally got my first win in what feels like over a month.
Might have been a month.
It might have been a month, and this was another one. It was just best performance, which was Brandon Woodruff's 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts. Sanger couldn't get out of the fifth, but he didn't allow runs, which is the reason I was able to win. You guys were good though too,
Yeah, this was more of a nostalgia pick for me. I think I said it at the time. Scherzer and
and it
Kershaw.
almost worked.
It almost did work. Both guys got through 6 innings, which is shocking to me. Both of them gave up less than 2 earned runs. Scherzer gave up two, 5 Ks and 3 walks. Kershaw 6 innings, 7 hits, only 1 earned run, 4 Ks and a walk. But very similar to Keenan's numbers, and Woodruff had a stronger performance than any of those guys did. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of remembering. Yeah, Clayton Kershaw is one of probably the 5 best pitchers ever because he's still really good at doing it.
Yeah. Look, and this is longevity from them. Like you don't see this from many other guys.
No,
But who do you have this week?
I have keeping it with the Jays. I got
Okay.
Barrios, big time guy. He's gonna step up for this on Sunday versus Nathan Eovaldi, who's having a great year and would be the Cy Young favorite if not for his lack of innings pitched.
Yes. A sneaky good player just because of the lack of innings pitched this year. I'm going to division rivalry over in the NL Central. The best team in baseball right now. They're sending Jose Quintana to the mound. Sneaky good pitcher. Doesn't get you the strikeouts that other players do, but he also doesn't allow runs. Little old school like that. First, the young Reds ace, Andrew Abbott. Low ERA. Doesn't walk batters. Strikes batters out. Amazing pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. That one's also on Sunday. Two great pitchers for two teams that have great pitching staffs.
Yeah, I actually really like what's the other guy on the Reds? Chase Burns.
Yes.
Ripping it up to
High
another high
strikeouts.
strikeout guy too. Like you can see the mold that everybody in Cincinnati's cut from, right? The high
Yeah.
K guys who don't walk a lot of people. So very exciting to see.
Very exciting indeed. Let's roll into the standings because I think there's some stuff to talk about this week.
There definitely is a lot of stuff to talk about in the standings. We will start, as we always do, at the best division in the league with the American League East. The Jays, 70 and 51, 19 games above 500. Really incredible stuff. It's their division to lose. They have a pretty comfortable lead over Boston, who've been coming on since the deadline, but I don't foresee them dropping it. The Red Sox are 66 and 56, taking a spot above the faltering Yankees at 64 and 57. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about Aaron Boone. The Rays, 58 and 63. They've sneakily had a really bad stretch past 2 months. And then
Yeah.
Orioles, 54 and 66, kind of just muttering along, but the Rays have been a bit shocking.
The Rays have been shocking. The Yankees have not been shocking because they don't play good fundamental baseball.
Yeah, they don't.
They
And
don't.
it's
They
hard
just
to not do that for 162 games and, end up higher than third in your division.
yeah. They may have had their slump buster being forced to play the Minnesota Twins at the right time. We will see if that carries over into the weekend. Hopefully
I'm not
doesn't.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the cure for this team.
Oh no, it definitely isn't. But there are like you play a crappy team that you can beat up on, and then that does turn into a stretch of 8, 10 games where you are scoring a lot of runs.
That is true. I just I just don't think their issues can be fixed with confidence.
No, it isn't because it's fundamentals. Fundamentals aren't fixed with confidence. Like if you don't know how to field a baseball, you're not going to be able to gaslight yourself into fielding a baseball.
Okay. Yeah, I completely agree with that statement.
NL East here. Philadelphia, they have a comfortable lead in this division right now because the New York Mets are falling apart. Philadelphia is 69 and 51, 5 games ahead of the New York Mets, who are 64 and 56. Miami still just floating around a little under 500, 58 and 62. Ran into the Houston Astros, who swept them, and Atlanta stumbling their way further down the MLB standings. They're 52 and 68, bottom five record in the MLB. Didn't think I'd see that for a couple of years. And then Washington, 48 and 72. We know what they are.
What's more surprising, the Braves record or the Orioles record?
The Braves record, because you could see the problems with the Orioles roster. Like
True.
you couldn't look at this Braves roster before the season and go, well, I don't think they're going to hit a baseball.
I That's very fair. That's a very fair point. And I did like your Marlins joke too. That was very funny.
Yeah.
Floating around there. That's very good. I'm sticking with the Mets.
Okay. I like the confidence.
I just
It's
they cannot play away from home. But my
they
God,
can't. They're struggling at home too right now, though. That's the thing. And the
they'll
Phillies
they'll
have
figure it out.
themselves.
They'll figure it
The
out. I
Phillies figured
believe
out their problem. They got Duran. They've got a closer, a legit closer.
they will. I believe that they'll turn things around.
Okay. I like the
I
confidence.
will keep it moving though. I don't want to talk about the Mets all day. Actually, I do, but I shouldn't. The Tigers are 70 and 52. Maybe the most safe division in the league right now. In the AL Central, they're 6.5 games above the Cleveland Guardians, who are 62 and 57. Playing some good ball lately, hanging in the wild card hunt. Maybe they can pass the Yankees if their game goes even more to hell. The Royals are 60 and 61, still not hitting. Twins are 57 and 63. I I don't know if there's a worse situation in baseball than the Twins right now. And I say that with the White Sox
Yeah.
being 44 and
You,
77.
you say
I
yeah,
say
you say
that,
that with
but
them playing for
okay,
the same division as the
that
White
was
Sox.
over dramatic. But the Twins are a bottom five situation in baseball.
Franchise looking forward.
Yeah, outlook.
Future. Outlook,
Yeah,
future, yeah.
situation to be in. There are
Situation,
not.
yeah, whatever word you want to use, I agree. I 100% agree. They're going to be a disaster next. They're going to be a disaster until the Polands are eventually
They
sell
will
the
be a
team.
disaster for the next half decade.
Yeah, until the Polands sell the team because you're not climbing out of that insane
No,
debt.
no. There's no money. There's
There's
no
no money.
money.
In terms of money, we have no money.
Yeah, I love the
Like
Despicable Me quote. That's inspiring stuff there. Inspiring stuff.
one thing about Cleveland here, yeah, they're I think a game out of the wild card right now. They've been a streaky team all year long, and they're on a hot stretch right now. I don't see anything changing because there were no significant roster changes made at the deadline. They got nothing to build on going forward. I think they fall apart.
I don't. I actually disagree. I think they're going to
Okay.
come on late here. Um, and who do you trust to manage a team better down the stretch, Stephen Vogt or Aaron Boone?
Stephen Vogt, but the problem is Aaron Boone has Aaron Judge.
Does that's hey, they have Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, but people don't talk about him that much for whatever reason.
Yeah,
But like, there's literally no reason for people not to talk about him, and nobody talks about him.
yeah. I don't know. I don't want to count Cleveland out.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not saying they're out. I just don't think that they have
No,
what it
that's fair.
takes.
That's very fair.
NL Central though, This division has completely switched from a couple months ago when it looked like it was Chicago's. No, it's not. It is Milwaukee's. They're 76 and 44, winners of 12 straight. Second instance of them winning 10 plus games in a row this year. That's going to happen when you're on a 27 and 4 stretch. Chicago didn't really fall apart, but they aren't winning
No.
enough games to keep up with the Brewers. They're 68 and 51, 7.5 games back in that division. Cincinnati still and will be the only team in the MLB this year to not have gotten swept. 64 and 58. They just need to start turning those wins into multiple wins in a row. Every week we're here, it's like winners of one or two straight. It needs to be
Yeah,
4 or 5.
but they're winning more than they're losing right now.
They are, but the
This is
problem is
not
their
good.
competition is the New York Mets, Chicago Cubs, Dodgers, or Padres for the wild card.
I can't really say it.
You're either getting hot or relying on someone falling apart.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. And I mean, I did say that I thought the Cubs could fall apart, but I don't know how much I believe that.
There's also like 6.5 games between them. That would be a lot to
Yeah,
fall
I don't
apart.
know. I could see the Mets falling apart though too. Like the Mets could
They
be.
are the Mets, and that would be the funniest thing for them to do right after signing Soto.
I mean, they're right there. Like the Reds are right there. Like just
They're
come on.
You can taste it.
The
Like
kids can do it.
it's so close.
Yeah, they can. I just gun to my head. I'd say the Reds make the playoffs over the Mets actually.
Okay, that's
But
bold. St. Louis, 61 and 61, having a odd stretch of baseball, winning series against the Cubs and Dodgers, but losing to the Colorado Rockies. Last place in that division is the Pittsburgh Pirates, who couldn't hit a baseball if it was on a tee. They've lost 5 straight.
it's been a weird year for the Cardinals. It's been a really weird year.
It really is. They should be rebuilding, but they're just hanging out at 500.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about this as a Cardinal fan. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm kind of. I wonder what the next 40 games are going to look like. I have no idea what's going to happen.
They'll spend some above 500 and some below
They could win
500.
30 of them, and I wouldn't be shocked. But like, oh yeah,
They could lose 30 of them, and I also wouldn't be shocked.
that's the duality of the Cardinals.
That's where they are as an organization. It's-
Yeah. Alrighty, AL West.
yeah.
We have a race. The race is on in the AL West. The Houston Astros are 68 and 53, but the Seattle Mariners are in hot pursuit at 67 and 54. 8 of 2 in their last 10. They're coming on now. The Rangers, you and I talked about what they were thinking, and it was clear they wanted to go for the third wild card. Don't think it'll happen. They're 61 and 61. Not been playing great lately. The Angels riding high, beating their cross-state rivals. I don't know.
They have taken the lead, too.
Really? Wow. So
6-5, top of 9.
they'll probably win that game, go to 59 and 62. Really surprising stuff there. The Athletics still can't pitch. Luis Severino's on the IL. They are 54 and 68. But boy, they are the most fun bad team.
They are the most fun band. I don't know if this is still true, but a week ago, they were the only team in the MLB with 5 players to have 20 home runs.
Wow.
That's a fun team right there.
Their offense is actually the best in the division, probably. Well, maybe
In
behind
terms
the
of
Mariners.
runs scored, they're only behind the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, they're
What a year. The Mariners and the A's being
really,
1 and 2 for runs
really
scored.
weird year, isn't it? It's been a really weird year for the Athletics.
Yes, 100%. I will say
It's
this.
been a very weird year for baseball. Like,
It's
I
been a
do want to
great year.
recap this whole year eventually. A lot of weird stuff has happened. A lot of weird stuff has happened.
A lot of weird stuff has happened. A lot of teams have been really good and then really bad
Yeah.
within like a 2 month span. But I want to say something within this division. The Seattle Mariners, I am buying this hot stretch that they are on. We've
Okay.
talked about it for probably over a year at this point, that if they added 2 significant bats, they would be playoff contenders. They did that, and this is with Eugenio Suarez struggling. I think his OPS is below 400 as a Mariner right now. Josh Naylor has stolen 12 bases since becoming a Seattle Mariner, while being one of the slowest runners in the league.
You know what's funny
Julio
though?
is being good, playing well. Randy Rosarena has been great. Kyle Raleigh still leads the MLB in home runs. I am buying what they are serving.
I think the term is selling, but whatever.
Selling.
I
I
saw
ruined it.
I saw a stat that it was like Naylor stole like 11 bases in 10 games, and not even Ichiro did that as a Mariner.
That's
So weird to me, but good for him.
good for him. Whatever they
Easy.
whatever they're giving him to
Yeah,
make him run, it's working.
no, they're hitting, and I really don't want to play him in the playoffs. If I like,
No,
I would rather
they
give me Houston before I take Seattle.
that yeah, and that's a wild thing to say
I
because we know what
know.
Houston does in
I
October.
like in terms of
This
teams I
Mariners
want to
team is dangerous.
in terms of teams who I'd want to play the least, it would be Detroit, Seattle.
Detroit above them, okay.
I don't want to play Detroit. There's so much aura with this team. And I don't want to go against AJ Hinch in the playoffs.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand.
But it would be like Detroit, Seattle, and everybody else in the AL would be pretty similar.
I'd switch Seattle and Detroit.
That's totally fair too. But do you want to have to go against Scooble?
See, but the Mariners, there isn't a weakness. Like
Lack of
there isn't a
experience.
guy that you can go,
Lack of
oh,
experience
we'll
with the
take.
Mariners. They've never been this far.
That's true. That is also true.
It's a complete lack of postseason experience.
Everyone gets it done at some point, though.
That's
The
true.
Rangers did it in 2023. The Astros did it, cheating. The Nationals did it in 2019. You do it at some point.
True. I don't know if this is the year for it though. We'll see.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. I will go over the last division in baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers. There's two outs in the top of the ninth. They're still losing, but they're technically still 68 and 52, a half game behind the 69 and 52 San Diego Padres, who have won five straight. And like I said, every series they've
Rolling.
played since the deadline, they've
Rolling.
won.
They're rolling.
They are red hot. Ramon Laureano has been amazing since coming over, like genuinely an elite hitter this year, and nobody has said anything how they got him for like pennies. Arizona, 59 and 62. They're doing that thing where they get back to 500 somehow because everyone on the team knows how to hit. San Francisco is also 59 and 62, losers of five straight. The run differential is now below 500, and the Colorado Rockies are 32 and 88, probably 10 to 14 days away from being eliminated from postseason contention. They've allowed 773 runs.
They have so the Rockies' run differential is minus 326, which is more than twice as bad as the next closest team, which is the Nationals. The Nationals have the second worst in Major League Baseball, which is 148.
That's insane.
I heard some math. Yeah, this is way worse. This is definitely yeah. Their run differential in 30th is double that of the team like in
What a
29.
disaster.
They like the pitching. It's not that they like the again. The Nationals are having a historically bad pitching season, and oh my god, this is bad. This is Like this is really bad. It's not like they're better on at home or on the road.
They're just bad.
They
16 wins at home, 16 on the road.
They're equally shit wherever they
Bad.
play.
Also, update, Dodgers lost.
Okay.
Dodgers
A
have
little
their
bit nervous now,
run
Dodger
advantage.
fans. Be really funny if you have to play the
And
wild
it's not a
card.
rivalry. It's not a rivalry.
Yeah. How funny will it be when they like lose to the Reds in the playoffs?
Remember when I thought the Diamondbacks were the best, the biggest threat to the Dodgers
I
winning this
did.
division?
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up, but yeah,
I was so confident about that.
they
too.
kind of can't pitch. They really cannot.
Kind of can't pitch.
Okay,
They,
not
they
they,
really can't pitch.
they have the third worst runs allowed in the National League.
And
Still almost
they,
200 runs less than the Rockies. How crazy is that? Like that's insane.
that's insane. Still one of the best offenses in the MLB even after the deadline.
Oh yeah. No,
Like
they still hit.
they could be above 500 right now with the games after the deadline if they didn't blow like 3 or 4 games. Like since the
Yeah.
deadline,
I
they've
mean,
blown
if
like
ifs
three
and
or
buts
four
were candy and nuts.
multi-run leads.
I mean, yeah, but
Such a wild
this has
team.
been their issue for so long, for the past, what, 3 seasons? Not enough pitching?
Yeah, and then somehow they made a World Series in that stretch too.
When are we going to be
Which is
addressing this? When are we going to be addressing this? This
there's
pitching?
nothing to address. Like they didn't cheat. Like
No, no. I meant, like, when are we going to address this lack of pitching depth?
okay.
Like,
Well, the thing is, it's everyone just falling apart. Merrill
yeah,
Kelly was hurt last year.
Gordon
Zach Gallen's
Montgomery,
probably
that
was
was fun.
gone. the Montgomery situation. Brendan Pfaadt gets lit up every night.
Zach Gallen.
Eduardo Rodriguez's arm is done. They brought in everyone on paper looked good, and then it all went as bad as it could.
There's a reason they don't play the games on paper.
Well, 100%. I'm just saying, like they made the right decisions that we thought
Did they make the right
at the
decisions,
time.
or did we think
At the
they did?
time, we thought they were the right decisions.
But hey, doesn't look like they
They
are
were
right
not.
now.
They were not the right decisions.
Okay,
I think
One question before this is all
yes,
over. Padres or Dodgers? Who wins the NL West?
Padres.
Mm.
I'm buying it.
You're going all in.
I'm
Wow.
going all in. Look, yeah, they added at the deadline, and they've only gotten better since then. The vibes are immaculate there. Maybe only matched and rivaled by Milwaukee and Seattle. But they are a team that is rolling. They can match. They can almost match the Dodgers in star power, and they're red hot right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I was also going to go Padres. I was going to zig your zag, but yeah, I agree with
Yeah, I
you.
beat you to it there.
I don't want to. I don't want to bet against the Padres right now. I really don't.
No, they look. Teams of Destiny have fallen apart, but right now they look like a team of destiny.
You're saying Team of Destiny. You're giving them the Team of Destiny label. Wow.
I
That
am
was
buying.
I think the
I might be
Brewers are
making another a
Destiny.
mistake with another NL West team that isn't the Dodgers,
Yeah.
but I am buying.
Wow.
I'm in.
Okay. I can't top that statement.
You can't make this kind of deadline move and not end up becoming a team of destiny at some
Yeah,
point.
they are. That's a true statement.
I think we ended on that.
I
I
agree.
think we ended on that.
I agree.
We'll see you all next week.